Joining me from Washington, our syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer and Fox News military analyst General Jack Keane. Charles, let's start with the new investigation. I heard some former Clinton campaign officials saying they were welcoming this investigation, especially on the fact and the handling of the reports by Jim Comey, the FBI director. But there were others who were welcoming this about what Catherine talked about, the other aspects of this investigation.
Look, I don't want to impute a general conspiracy here, but it looks as if the Democrats, on their way out the door, are trying to leave behind as many landmines as they can to at least cast doubts on the legitimacy of the Trump victory. All of a sudden, as we have seen, they've gotten interested in Russian cyber warfare, which the administration appeared to be extremely nonchalant about until they lost the November election. And now we're going to have new investigations, meaning days and days of headlines about the other thing that Democrats attribute their loss to, meaning Comey's action with 11 days to go, in which he reopened, as he said, the investigation. Many Democrats think that's why they lost. Now that would have faded into history. This is a way to say that it's not going to, and it will remain there. I'm not sure this is the best way to assure a good transition, one where you transfer not just the authority of office, but the legitimacy. But that seems to be what the Democrats want to do as they get out of power.
General, I want to turn now to General Mattis's confirmation hearing today. Take a listen to an exchange with Senator Reid on the Russia question and intel.
If you see that community being undercut or somehow ignored or selectively being listened to, do you feel you have an obligation to make us aware of this so that we can exercise our responsibilities?
I'll be completely transparent with this committee, sir, but I would not have taken this job if I didn't believe the President-elect would also be open to my input on this or any other matter.
General Keane, he's often seen and talked about as a blunt speaker, straightforward. What was your assessment of his hearing today?
I thought it couldn't have gone much better than it did, frankly. I mean, we've got a smart, tough guy. We all know that. But he's also very thoughtful, deliberate, studious. He's got great compassion for people, the soldiers, the family members, the civilian workforce. He's going to be an excellent Secretary of Defense. He speaks his mind. He spoke up about the Russian existential threat. He knows for a fact that a Russian behavior must be confronted. That's exactly what he is going to tell the President-elect. He also knows that Iran's got to be contained in the Middle East. He's going to exactly what he's going to tell the President-elect. He will get unvarnished, good judgmental advice from Secretary of Defense to be Mattis, but when the President disagrees and makes another decision, Mattis will give him 100% of execution on that policy.
General, I heard you recently talk about Afghanistan and your concerns about the Taliban controlling more territory in that country now than they did in 2001. Do you think that the Trump administration will somehow change policy when it comes to the 8,400 troops on the ground in Afghanistan?
I think when they take a harsh look at it, I happen to speak on this subject a little bit with some of them, and I told them that this war is not winnable given current policies that we have. The Taliban control more territory than any time since 2001. They have the momentum. We do not. The Afghan National Army cannot keep up with the rate of casualties that they have in the face of this thriving enemy. And the sanctuaries that Pakistan is protecting for the Afghan Taliban in Pakistan is absolutely outrageous. These are issues that the new administration will have to confront. I cannot see how our force levels could stay the same, and certainly our policies also would have to change if we want a positive outcome of this war.
Charles, turning back to Russia, General Mattis today said that Russia's goal is to break up NATO. What do you think of that?
Look, I think that was a very important inflection point in the current debate about Russia. As of now, it's been an absurd debate. Should we have good relations or bad? In the abstract, as if that's something that we determine on its own as an independent issue. The state of relations is not the objective of our foreign policy. The stated relation is to thwart the objective of the Russians, as stated by Mattis. Their objective is to weaken the U.S., to destroy NATO, to alter the balance of power, and particularly to abolish the Cold War settlement that left them as a minor power. Now, Putin sees the world as a zero-sum game. The United States, everything he can do to diminish the U.S. increases the well-being of Russia as he sees it. That's the issue. How do we counter that? Whether relations are good or bad will be a result of the policies that we take. But you don't say, I want to have good relations and thus I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. You say, I want to stop the Russians, protect our national interests, and then we'll see where relations stand.
Charles, General Keane, thank you very much.